everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last build we went ancient when we knocked out the Viking helmet. That thing was killer. If you missed it, we're going to include the link to our channel's homepage below this video so you can go back and check out Viking helmet and any one of our other builds. Now, for this build, we're going to go sci-fi action adventure. Okay, so without further ado, Black Sheep Props would like to introduce you to the newest member of the family. Dig that. That's right, the Predator Gauntlet. Woo! Look at that, man. That thing is chock full of blades, ready for poking brains and ripping stomachs out and slitting throats. Woo! Nice. Look at that, really cool. Got a little bit of a military feel to it with the black and gray motif. Super cool details on here. Big blades, double fork at the front. We've got all this cool detail along the top, which is all up to you. 98% of this build is Predator, 2% is you. Do whatever you want for the details. And we knocked out these cool threaded rods, gem and stuff. So, if you want to build along with us, we're going to include the link for the storefront below this video as well, so you can go and pick up a template, or you can pick up a template for any one of our other builds that are on the channel. Or just chill out, vegetate, and watch it. That's my style. Alright, so I'm going to shut my pie hole. If you're ready to hit it, let's make something. Okay, so here's all of our template pieces transferred over to foam. And we've got different thicknesses of foam for the build. We talk about this every build. You're going to use different thicknesses depending on what you're doing. We've got 1/8 of an inch thick foam. All these pieces are on 1/4 inch thick foam. And all these pieces are on 1/2 inch. And if you've noticed here, we've got the 1/2 inch foam that's smooth on both sides from TNT Cosplay, which I love, and we have the regular floor mat foam that's 1/2 inch thick that has the texture on the back, which is not good when you're trying to do gluing, because this doesn't handle glue well, but we're not going to be gluing on this side, and this side is going to be on the inside of the gauntlet, so you're not going to see it, and the underneath side of this detail, so you're not really going to see that either. So this is just fine for building a lot of stuff. Okay, we're going to begin cutting our pieces. We're going to start with this piece, and this needs a bevel cut down both sides. So what we're going to do, we're going to come in with our box cutter, and instead of cutting on a perfect 90-degree angle, we're going to tip our blade because we want a bevel cut on the other side. So like that. Bevel and bevel. We're going to cut straight through our Sharpie line like that. Now what we're going to do with this side is we're going to come in with an X-Acto knife because that curve is a little bit tight. There we go. It's got a bevel end on both sides and it tapers. Really nice. We've got a bunch of straight cuts here, so we're going to come in with our box cutter. We're going to cut. Don't tilt the blade this time. Keep it at a straight up 90-degree cut, just like that. See that? Right through just like that. Look at that, beautiful 90s. All right, now we're gonna come and we're gonna do this whole end curve right through the Sharpie line. Right, perfect. All right, do not fly by your hand at 100 miles an hour. We don't wanna be whacking a finger off. Curve our blade. All right, now we're going to come in and we're going to hit our corners with the X-Acto, like so. We come and we meet up right at the corner, go all the way through, like that. Look at that nice corner in there. Look at that. There we go. Now we're going to come in with our box cutter. Nice smooth arc, keeping our knife up at a 90-degree angle, like that, like that. We cut our side piece, it's going to stick off of the gauntlet like that. You saw how we use the X-Acto for our curves, the box cutter for our straights and our arcs. Okay, now we're gonna bring in our thinner foams. You got pretty easy. Now we're not going to cut out this blade yet because we're going to be putting support inside this blade. So we'll do that later. Now we're going to come in and we're going to cut out these little centerpieces. All right, there's our piece. Now this is going to come in and attach right there on that piece and make a cool detail. All right, we've got our two little square details that are going to go on the sides of our gauntlet, and what we need to do is we need to cut bevel cuts all the way around the fork. We're going to line our ruler up and we're going to slightly tip our knife, just like that on an angle. Beveled edges around the whole piece. Now we're going to knock out this piece. All right, there's our two beveled pieces. Now we've used our circle template and we've got the two circle details that we're going to cut out that are going to stick on top of here. All right, just like that. Now we do the other one. All right, there we go. There's our two beveled squares and our circles that are going to attach to the top of it. And as you can tell, we drew a cross through the corners of the square, and we used our dots from the circle template. That way we can line them up and they'll be centered perfectly when we stick them down. Line up our dots. There we go. Perfect. Look at that, right in the center. All right, so now we're going to be stacking a couple pieces up together. So we're going to create a little beveled edge on this 1/8 inch piece of foam. Then we're going to stick these on top of a thicker piece so it's got a cool faceted edge to it. So we're going to bevel cut by tilting our knife. All right, there we go. Now we've got a nice beveled cut. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to cement this to another piece and cut it out. That way we have a 90-degree side and a beveled top. We're going to heat seal these. Perfect. And we're going to heat seal the top of this where we're going to glue. Give it a few minutes. Attach it down. We're going to line our ruler up with the bottom edge. We're going to go right through like that. Just like that. Now check that out. We've got a 90-degree side and a beveled corner edge. Nice. Now we're going to cut this one out. Nice. 90-degree sides and beveled corner edges. Now we're going to heat seal these. All right, nice and tight. The foam tightened up and glossed over. Give it 5 minutes and then bam, contact. We want to line up the front end. There we go. Now we're going to come over this way. We want to line up, we want to stick our finger underneath over here so it doesn't touch, because we want to line up this other side first. All right, now we can come around to this side. Okay, see how we're doing that? We're just lining it up right down the edge like that, so we're nice and flush. Now you can't just lay it on there and go like this. You gotta really be careful, line your stuff up, get your edges nice and tight. Look at that, that's tight. Foam is sealed and shiny, and the edges are flush. Bam. All right, now we're gonna cut a long strip that we're gonna wrap around the back end of our gauntlet. All right, now we're going to do a technique we haven't done yet. We're going to simply come in and here. All right, now here comes the magic. All right, we're going to get our heat gun going. Look at that. Look at the lines appearing. The longer we hold the heat gun, the larger the lines get. Sweet, look at that. That is a cool detail. Now, when we come in with our top piece and we put it down, we're gonna have those cool detail lines in there. Very cool. Okay, now here is something that happens frequently when you're building, is we measured our diameters for our gauntlet. We drew out our template, we cut it, and we tested it, and it turned out it was a hair too tight. So we had to redraw the template. That's why we always say, if you mess up, don't sweat it, get another piece of foam, cut it out. So we're gonna come back real quick. Like that. See, it's not a big deal. If you mess up, just cut another piece. Back on track. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to come in with our X-Acto blade, and we're going to do the same technique we did here. We're going to do two things at one time. We're going to begin heating it up so that our lines start to appear. And we want to heat it to curl the whole piece. So let's get our lines going. Get this really heated up nicely. Let's get the back. We're gonna roll a really tight roll, just like that. Hold it while it cools off. All right, let's heat this one side up. We're gonna get a nice tight roll on the end. We're just gonna hold it. Right, there we go, nice tight curl on that side. See that? Beautiful. Now we're gonna heat up this side. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. We want a nice tight curl on this side. All right, check that out. Now, what I do sometimes when I want it to stay bent like this, really bent, I'll take a rubber band around it or a long strip of Velcro, 2 long strips of Velcro, and after I'm done heating it up real good and bending it, I will hold it secure like this and I'll set it over off to the side for a couple hours and it'll cure. And man, look at that, that thing's not moving. That is cool. How cool is that? EVA foam, gotta love it. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start coming in with our pieces and we're going to start connecting them to this thing. Now, as you can tell, we've got a rounded surface here. So we're gonna have to slightly curve all these pieces so that, because obviously you can't lay a flat piece on a curved surface. So we're gonna have to slightly curve these, which is not a problem. All right, now we're going to bend it around this piece of PVC pipe. All right, look at that. Look at that slight curve in it. That's gonna be perfect now when we go to lay it down. Bam, it's gonna be great. All right, there's one. Now we're gonna do these 3. All right, how cool is that? They're all just curved enough. See that little curve right there on all the sides? That way it goes onto the round body of the gauntlet perfectly. All right, we've got our first two spots cemented and our two pieces. Give it a few minutes. All right, super easy. We come in, we're gonna leave a little bit of space next to this silver line because that's where our other detail's gonna go. We don't wanna get too close to it. We just line the edge up flush like that. See how perfect that worked out since we had the little curve at the bottom? Flush on the end. We'll stay a little bit away from the silver line we have there. Look at that. Lays down perfectly because we curved it. Nice. All right. Now we're going to do these two. All right, now we're going to bring in this big centerpiece. And we're going to slightly bend that as well so it curves around our gauntlet. Okay, we've brought in the big piece of PVC. We're going to heat the bottom up. Just keep squeezing around the PVC pipe. Just a slight curve. Oh, so slight. Which will help us when we come in and we attach this piece onto here. All right, now we'll give it a few minutes. All right, ready to make contact. Just like that on the front edge. Very nice. Right down the middle. We're gonna make contact in the middle. And now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to make contact on the edges. See this? Now we push the edge down, all the way down, and get this side to make contact. See that right there? All right, there we go. Look at that. Man, that is starting to come together right there. All right, now what that did when we stuck that down is that kind of straightened out this piece of the gauntlet right here. And it opened up our opening a little bit, which is absolutely a-okay. Now we can slip our arm in real easy like, and then we're gonna end up having some awesome Velcro straps on the inside that'll connect it. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna start assembling this, which is very simple. We're going to come in with our heat gun, tighten up all of our foam, extra piece of foam as a squeegee. We're going to get our super glue nice and spread out. Complete coverage, just like that. Okay, now we're going to come in. We're going to line it up. Trace our inside line. Make sure it goes down straight. Stick it down. We've got our X-Acto lines that we hit with the heat gun, and we've got our little raised detail. That is sweet. All right, now what we've done is we have our two strips measured out. We have all of our little dots made, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be wood burning all these lines. Okay, now we've got our wood burner. It's all heated up. Now what we're going to do is, it's very easy, but it's a very monotonous and a little bit boring. Just like that. Line up our next pair of dots. Stay at the same speed. Don't vary your speed or your line will vary. And we keep going all the way down this piece. Check that out. Woo, that's a lot of lines. Super easy, but tedious.
Cut right.
A lot of work to create that detail. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's thundering like crazy outside. We're going to heat seal this thin foam so we don't have to hit it too hard. All right, there we go. Give it a few minutes. All right, time to wrap it. Make contact just like that. And now we are going to roll it. We're going to roll this side as well, just like that. The crease is going to be hidden on the bottom, but it still is perfect. The crease is lying right up. Now we just roll it real hard like this, just to get contact everywhere. Like that. There we go. It's a threaded rod. How jamming is that? Nice. Now this is going to come right in and it's going to go right here like that. That is cool. All right, now we'll do the other one. Get it right up against the side, just like that. Looking good. All right, there it was, super easy. And we got a pretty good start. We basically shaped our body. We did our little double stack for the top piece of the body and spent a lot of time, but it was not hard. We did the two threaded metal rods going down the side. You saw how it was the super fast of wood burning. Man, it took like 2 hours just to do all the lines, but super cool detail. And that was it. That just got us started. So that concludes making an EVA foam Predator Gauntlet Part 1. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.